Do you know what happens every year, right here on our west coast? The whales come down from Alaska and they go all the way down to Baja California to have their babies. Over there, look, 2 whales.
Listen, what's that I hear? Look now, it certainly seems quite clear. Looks like a season change is near. Talking to the birds up in the sky. Will you be staying long? No, we're only just passing by and singing. Looks like a season change is near. Got to keep on moving, following the sun, guided by a feeling, leading us one by one, over the rugged mountains or across the raging sea. A voice on the wind is calling me. A voice on the wind is calling me. A voice on the wind is calling me.
What are you doing? What are you looking at?
We're looking at the geese. This is the time of year that the migrating waterfowl come down from the north to spend the winter, and they look for ponds and lakes just like this because they know that they are safe. Oh, everybody paint the sky all pink. And it's early in the morning. Look, they're flying, coming away from the fields, back to land. Look across the pond. Look at all the Canada geese that are there. They go out and feed all night and they say, look at that nice lake. Why don't we spend the day here? Make a V formation with your hand because this is how they fly. And listen, look up. Here comes a goose that is smaller than the Canada goose, and it's all white. Paint your bills all pink, and paint your legs all pink, and your body all white, and put some black on the tips of your wings. Watch them fly. Those are snow geese. They look just like the snow. Now look over there. There's another bird that's all gray and has a long gray neck and long legs. That is a sandhill crane. Oh, that loudest sound that we're hearing, that's Mr. Mallard. Nobody makes as much noise as Mr. Mallard. Now put brown speckles all over you. Then you are the ladies. Oh, wait, I see somebody else. It's all white. Paint yourselves completely white and paint your bill black. That's a whistling swan. Look, they play follow the leader. Their necks are very long. These birds are just here for the winter. They go back up north in the spring to build their nests and raise their babies. And then when it's wintertime beginning to come, they fly right back down here. because one of the important things is that we save many places around our land for the birds to come down. Now, this is what is called the Pacific Flyway. And every year since the beginning of time, all these ducks and geese and the sandhill cranes know that this is where they will come to be warm enough for the winter.
Wake up, open your eyes and listen to what I say. Wake up, the night is gone and I'm bringing you a brand new day. Rain or shine, snow or hail, summer calm or winter gale. Wake up, open your eyes and listen to what I say. Up in the sky, I'll take you far, far as the eye can see. Listen to me, I'm your song for the season, singing you life's melody. Up in the sky, I'll take you far, far as the eye can see. Listen to me, I'm your song for the season, singing you life's
For more information, visit our website, www.terwilligerfilms.org. The Terwilliger Nature Education Legacy invites you to meet Mrs. T.
Elizabeth Terwilliger was a trailblazer in nature education. She personally led hundreds of thousands of children on school field trips in a variety of habitats, engaging and enchanting them with her enthusiasm. During 50 years as a volunteer naturalist in the San Francisco Bay Area, she left an indelible stamp on their young lives. Believing that if children were turned on to nature at a young age, they will grow up to be responsible adults when making decisions about the environment and our natural world, her legacy is their love and respect for nature. Mrs. T taught children to take responsibility for their actions through cause and effect examples in the natural world. These 5 films emphasize the importance of children understanding the interrelationships between plants and animals in a variety of settings, and that all of nature is something special. For her life's work, Mrs. T received many awards, including President Ronald Reagan's Volunteer Action Award in 1984. At the awards ceremony in the White House, she proceeded to teach the flight patterns of familiar birds to the distinguished audience, landing her on the front page of the Washington Post. V is for vulture, straight out for a hawk. Like thousands of children before them, her captive audience, including the president, repeated after her, "This is my country. Wherever I go, I will leave it more beautiful than I found it." And as a woman of her word, she picked up litter outside the White House gates. The 5 award-winning films on this DVD were produced by another dedicated volunteer, Joan Lynn Beacons, to expand and perpetuate Mrs. Terwilliger's important work beyond the Bay Area. In classrooms all over the country, millions of children have found themselves transported to the seashore, redwood forest, bay tidelands, chaparral, grassland, and oak woodlands through these films.
See the neck on this?
And the effective multisensory interactive teaching techniques, as demonstrated so well in the films, have been applauded by educators worldwide and emulated by teachers and naturalists throughout the country. Although Mrs. Terwilliger is no longer with us, her infectious enthusiasm and reverence for nature shines on in these films and in the children who embrace her lessons.
The elf fairy dance, dance, dance. The elf fairy dance.
For more information, visit our website www.terwilligerfilms.org.
The Terwilliger Nature Education Legacy is a nonprofit organization founded by Elizabeth Terwilliger's two children, Lynn Ellen and John, to perpetuate their mother's teaching methods through these 5 films. The activity guide booklet included with this DVD contains useful vocabulary and engaging classroom activities for each of the 5 films. Additional copies may be obtained from the TNL website listed on the guide. In addition, supplemental educational materials including Sights and Sounds of the Seasons and Mrs. Terwilliger's coloring book are also available. Mrs. T inspired her friend and fellow volunteer Joan Lynn Beacons to form the Terwilliger Nature Guides in 1970, the Terwilliger Nature Education Foundation in 1975, and the Terwilliger Guild to expand and perpetuate her work. Years later, in a unique collaborative effort, the foundation merged with the California Center for Wildlife to become WildCare in San Rafael, California. Mrs. T's important work continues to be carried on by volunteer Terwilliger Nature Guides at various field trip sites in Marin and Sonoma counties. These dedicated men and women are trained to duplicate her multisensory teaching techniques, sometimes called bird-in-the-hand teaching. Over 700 nature guides have been trained in the Terwilliger method. They are instructed by experts in various fields, including plants, birds, mammals, and marine life, learning about food chains, ecology, and environmental principles. They share their knowledge, enthusiasm, and love of nature with children, making a great difference in how the children view our natural world, a gift that will last throughout their lives. The Nature on Wheels Terwilliger Nature Van visits schools throughout the Bay Area, just as it did when Mrs. T was at the wheel. Filled with taxidermied birds and animals that children can touch and hold, they learn from a naturalist about each animal's place in the order of nature. WildCare makes portable Terwilliger classroom kits, including the taxidermied creatures, available to teachers and nature educators, and continues to train Terwilliger nature guides through regular training workshops. You can share in this volunteer opportunity that enriches the lives of our greatest resource, our children. They are the stewards of our planet.
The Tripping with Terwilliger film series was conceived by Joan Lynn Beacons in 1972 while she was serving on Marin Audubon Society's Board of Directors. She raised funds and produced 5 films during the next 6 years. They have been viewed by over 100 million children in classrooms throughout the United States. The films are just one part of Joan's lifelong volunteer work dedicated to expanding and perpetuating Elizabeth Terwilliger's unique style of teaching children about nature. To promote Mrs. T and her work with children, Joan nominated her for numerous honors that included President Reagan's Activist Award, which was televised and seen by millions of viewers. Joan inspired women to volunteer as Terwilliger Nature Guides, a group she founded in 1970, and the Terwilliger Guild in 1984. Her leadership enabled women to share their expertise and love of nature with many thousands of children. Without these wonderful, dedicated women, Joan says, our great success would not have been possible. In 1975, Joan co-founded the nonprofit Elizabeth Terwilliger Nature Education Foundation to help fund many educational programs that included the nature vans and classroom kits. She published 4 books, a record album, and continued to fundraise to distribute the Terwilliger films free to schools nationwide. These films are Joan's legacy, too. For more information, visit our website, www.terwilligerfilms.org.